Hi! Janet and I are doing Florence Falls today in Glacier National Park, which I've showed you a little bit of pictures of. It was really foggy this morning. I'm not going to show you most of this because it starts at the Jackson Glacier Overlook on the same trail as when we went to Gunsight Pass. Last night at 6 p.m., I got back from Great Falls. So I am going to let you look at that trip while we do this hike.
So that little red circle on the left is where we live in Marion. The red circle on the right is Great Falls, Montana. There's no direct route from Marion to Great Falls. You can choose one of these routes to get there. But I'll tell you what happens. As soon as you leave Browning, Montana, it's a little town just east of Glacier National Park. What you will notice is the landscape has drastically changed.
That's the Missouri River, folks. Holy cow, it's a big river. And there's no one around. This is so bizarre. I don't know where everybody is. I'm in Great Falls, Montana. Oh, it's just afternoon, or just after 12 o'clock. I just got here. I left the house at 6 a.m. And, yeah. It's been interesting so far.
So of course, one of the first things I did in Great Falls was go visit the Farmer's Daughter Fibers store. It's a lovely place, as you can imagine, full of beautiful yarn. It was really hard to make a decision, but I did manage eventually. And while I was there, this is the public library in Great Falls. My friend Chris Latray was involved in some poetry reading and in a discussion, an author's discussion. But the main reason I went there was because I had won a bid to have a tour with him of the Buffalo Jump State Park there in Great Falls. They've done a great job at this state park. Imagine that you are a member of the tribe, waiting all day for the buffalo runner to bring running buffalo to this jump site. Suddenly, the ground trembles, dust roils, and a torrent of buffalo careen toward you along a runway of stone cairns leading toward the cliff. You leap up, waving a hide or blanket in the air to speed the panicked herd toward the precipice. To a short-sighted buffalo running at full speed, the ground ahead merely appears to rise gently, as before a rolling hill. Similar dramas played out all along this mile-long cliff. The spot where you stand was sometimes in the middle of the drive line. Other times people camped here, as you can see by the teepee rings now embedded in the grass. A great buffalo runner often raced right over the cliff, with the stampede treacherously close behind, and jumped onto a safe ledge out of the way of the cascading horns and hooves. Even those animals who saw the cliff at the last minute were shoved over by the momentum of the racing herd. Hunters with bows or spears waited below to finish off bison that were not killed in the fall. As you hike along the cliffside trail, look for ledges where you could jump to safety if you were a buffalo runner. Would you ever do something so dangerous to feed your family or tribe?
Sorry to interrupt on your Great Falls adventure. We've seen everything at this point. Now we start up the trail to Florence Falls. I'll show you some pics of stuff we saw along the way. It was really pretty scenery. We did see 2 piles of big bear scat, but we have not seen a bear, but we did get a nice look at a moose. And I'll show you that video. All right, swinging bridge, here we go. See if I can do this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking. And have you seen the mermaids yet? No? Okay, well they're coming.
Feature right there.
Okay, GoPro, this is kind of boring. Stop recording.
So, you saw Florence Falls. We're just leaving it. It was gorgeous. pretty, huh?
Probably the prettiest falls in Glacier Park.
So, there's not much to see on the way out. Jen and I are going to look for a place to do a little podcasting from, but I will let you guys look at the Lewis and Clark exhibit I saw. It was beautiful. Janet, what was that book you read on Lewis and Clark? What's the name of that?
Undaunted Courage.
Undaunted Courage. She really enjoyed that book, so it's highly recommended. I love the Lewis and Clark museum they had there. That was very cool. So take a look at that.
The Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail Interpretive Center is located right along the Missouri River. I was so impressed with this interpretive center. It was just gorgeous. Thomas Jefferson left instructions for Lewis and Clark. He outlined an elaborate set of them. He directed them to record observations in many fields of science. One of their many challenges was the portage at Great Falls. The men of the expedition hauled heavy canoes and bulky equipment around the Great Falls of the Missouri and across 18 1/4 miles of sun-baked prairie covered with prickly pear cactus. They endured fierce heat, sudden storms, blistered hands, and lacerated feet. Yet they were determined to succeed in the expedition or perish in the attempt. June 20th, Thursday, 1805. We all believe we are about to enter on the most perilous and difficult part of our voyage, Clark wrote. Returning from the exploration of the falls, Lewis greeted Clark with bad news. He had expected only one waterfall and a half-day portage. Instead, 5 waterfalls would demand a grueling 18-mile trek. Weather extremes took their toll on the men. Blazing heat, torrential downpours, and worse. A sudden hailstorm once caught the men who were traveling nearly naked on the open plain. Bleeding and bruised, they straggled back to camp. One man was knocked down 3 times by hail. And this replica will give you just an idea of the size of those boats. They were having to haul all the way upstream along those falls. It was crazy. I couldn't believe the size of those things. This Mandan buffalo robe is one of the earliest documented examples of Plains biographical art. It depicts a battle in 1797 in which Teton Sioux and Arikara forces fought against the Mandan, Hidatsa, and their allies. The figures are grouped into 22 stories of individual and group combat. Yep.
You're in focus.
Okay. All right. I wasn't going to come up here this time and haul this stuff up and not show it to you. I am working on, the pattern is Inline for Pumpkin Spice Latte by Nordic Stitches. I've knit this pattern before and I really like it. And I thought this yarn would be super appropriate. It is from Mint Rain Yarns. And it is called Pumpkin Spice Latte. I'm loving how these are turning out. This yarn is DK, so they're knitting up pretty quickly. I have the first one finished. I didn't bring it. And then I just picked up some white yarn to because this is milk, right? For your latte.
Good thinking.
And I have a little pumpkin progress keeper too. I think I'm really gonna like these socks. I don't usually talk about the bags I have things in, but this one I did buy from Hannah of Hannah Made It. I bought this a long time ago. I really like that bag. I think it's really cute. Okay, the other thing I brought up is something I'm not thrilled with, but I finished it, so I'm going to show it to you guys. This is the Witch's Cat's Hat by Christine de Savoy. Something like that. Savoy. It's a free pattern. It's on Ravelry. Of course, I knit it in pink because I like pink, and who cares about, I don't like orange. I'm not a big orange fan, although I'm wearing an orange shirt. This hat, it turned out okay. I did it in Herron yarn, synthetic junk I had at home because I didn't want to have to go buy something, and I wanted to see how it turned out. It does have a strange little edge. You cast on and you knit for like a little over an inch, and then you purl a row, and then you finish the hat. It's got chart work and stuff. It could have turned out a lot better. I might re-knit it. Anyway, let me keep talking about the hem. And then you turn the hem and you sew it down. So it's got kind of this funny little thick hem on it, which is fine. I noticed some people in Ravelry just did a knit 2 purl 2 ribbing around their hat. And if I re-knit this, I might try that. I think this might look nice if I hadn't done it in Herron weight. What do you think? Janet, you think it would have turned out better?
I don't know.
Or is it just my shitty knitting?
No.
I don't know. I should have used a smaller needle. I used a size 2 to cast it on, and then when she said 2, I switched to a 3. But I probably should have stuck to a 2. It probably would have been better. Anyway, a little finished project, and it's a little too big, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just something cute. I knit this in one day.
One day.
I cast it on, and I was getting to the end of it, and Kim's like, "You're gonna finish that today, aren't you?" And I'm like, "No." And then, yep, I did.
Man.
Because, color work just kind of, you just can't stop. All right, so you guys have seen the Lewis and Clark, what was that called? Interpretive Center. You've seen that. I won't throw in as much of it as I filmed because I filmed a lot of it, and it would be too much. But it was very cool. If you ever get the chance, Great Falls, Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center, go there. Now, you notice I stopped at the Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and this is what I picked up there. This is called, it's Juicy DK. It's 100% merino, and the colorway is Coneflower. I thought this would be really pretty for fall, so this is going to be a giveaway. So if you want to win this, just mention yarn in your comment, and I will enter you for the giveaway for that. I haven't done a giveaway in quite a while, and I thought it'd be fun to do one. And I thought that yarn was really pretty. I thought there were enough colors in it that someone could match it pretty easily with something they might have at home and knit up a shawl or something with it. It was really pretty. And I showed you the poetry reading, some of the poetry reading that my friend Chris Latray did. Well, he has a new book out called Descended from a Travel-Worn Satchel. And I'm also going to give away a copy of this. I bought a copy for myself. It hasn't come in the mail yet. But while I was at the poetry reading, he had copies for sale. And I said, I'll take one. And he said, why? You have one coming. And I says, I know, but I'm going to do a giveaway. So I also had him, let's see, so this is signed by the author. So I thought that was really cool. I've not read it yet. He read a few from this while he was while we were there, because it was a poetry reading. So this is kind of a new thing, slightly new thing for him. As his last book, it's divided up into seasons again. So anyway, if you want to win this one, leave a comment, book. If you would like a chance on both of them, put yarn and book in there, and I'll enter you in the giveaway, and I will announce the giveaway probably on the next podcast. Yeah, I would imagine. So good luck.
All right.
Okay, so if you look right over here, that moose has shown up behind Janet. And I'm going to keep an eye on it so it doesn't frighten us all. Janet brought up that sock she's been working on, that she dyed with Kool-Aid. Let's take a look at that.
This is Nitpick's yarn. It was bare. Soaked the yarn as a skein.
And you
Dipped the fork in Kool-Aid powder and then poked the yarn.
It's looking nice. And you are knitting a tube.
Yep, it's going to be a afterthought or a peasant heel.
I haven't heard of the peasant heel.
It's a technicality. Peasant heel means you intend to go back and put a heel in. Afterthought heel is you go back and you snip some of the threads and you put the heel in after you unravel it a little.
That's new to me.
I think I read that Elizabeth Zimmerman.
Okay, cool. That'll be interesting to see that get done.
Because I've always called it an afterthought heel.
Yeah.
But her theory was, well, you thought ahead to use waste yarn to put a heel in, so it's not an afterthought. You planned it.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Good point.
Nitpicking, maybe.
No, that's a good point.
So there's my waste yarn. The heel.
Gotcha.
Little pink line.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Little pink line.
There, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So when I finish the toe, I'll go back and unravel this pink line, pick up the stitches, and do a heel.
Nice.
In a contrasting color. Probably dyed with Kool-Aid.
Nice. I love it.
Green, red, I'm not sure.
And these socks will be for you.
Yeah, nobody else would wear them.
I think a lot of people would wear those socks.
Yeah, they are pretty soft. I was pretty impressed with this
They
yarn.
look very nice.
Yeah.
And Janet has been dyeing some other yarn with Kool-Aid, which she will bring us next time. And we also need pictures of her finished sweater, which is all done, her cardigan, side by side. I'll put the name in.
Oh, yeah. I don't know it offhand either.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm keeping an eye on that moose. We just stopped and took a bunch more video of that moose. We're on the way back, obviously. And you can't see her right now, but I know exactly where she's at. I've been watching her move around a little bit. So we've been taking a bunch of video of her. It's been pretty cool. Haven't seen too many people on this hike.
More than I expected.
More than I expected. We saw 4 on the way up to the falls,
Yeah.
which was surprising. And then 5 on the main trail.
Maybe
6. At least 6. Maybe 8. Yeah. Wow. It's been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, lots of traffic.
Yeah. But it's been a good hike. The weather has been gorgeous. It's been nice.
Yes.
And as Janet says, I bagged my moose.
Twice.
Twice. is September 19th, according to these guys, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're in Glacier National Park again, and we're doing the Iceberg Lake hike. Hi, Brett. This was the last hike Brett and his son did while they were at the park. They said they really enjoyed it. Although their favorite was the Highline Trail with Grinnell Glacier Overlook, which I have never done, but Janet has. Yes, it's raining.
It's cold.
It's a little chilly. But today was the day we could all get together and do this. And by all get together... Oh, she loves being on my podcast.
Noise. Conversation alone is not enough. Yield to bears traveling directly on or beside the trail. Step off the trail and let bears pass at a safe distance. Should you encounter a bear at close range, remain calm and speak in a calm voice. Do not shout at the bear and do not run. Speak calmly and slowly. Back away from the bear to a safe distance. In addition to these guidelines, we recommend that you carry bear spray and know how to use it. Bear spray should be your first line of defense in any bear attack.
First time doing this hike for all three of us, and it's about a 10-miler. So we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna have to get by you, so. Yeah. say that. Yeah, they'll say that. Okay, keep thinking, almost got it. Hi. We just finished hiking to Iceberg Lake. It was very pretty, and I wanted to show the socks I finished. These are, the pattern is inline for pumpkin spice latte. You can see they have cable. So there's a right leg and a left leg. It's such a pretty pattern. I love this pattern. The yarn I used is called Pumpkin Spice Latte by Mint Rain. And if you notice the top, I did a really deep picot bind off so that it would look like foamy milk. I really like these. It was DK weight yarn, and I used as much of it as I could on each sock because I really wanted to use up that skein, and I think they're really nice. I love these socks. They're thick, they're warm, they're comfy, and they're fun. The other thing I brought up was I started in my bag sent to me by Katie. Hi, Katie. She sent me this because she knows I love the Wizard of Oz. But it's also very appropriate right now. And I started the Little Witch Charm Set by Susan B. Anderson. They're pretty cute. Now I did this one, I did double fingering on this one. And then I made this one. I made this the size she called for. I used She calls for a size 2 needle, I think, and fingering weight yarn. I used a size 1 needle. I wanted them nice and tight so that the stuffing didn't show. The other thing I did differently than she called for was I put some beads in the bottom so they'll stand up and they won't like tip over all over the place. I did that right away. And I also put faces on them. She doesn't ask for faces. She just leaves them blank, but I thought they were really cute with faces. I'm going to make 3 altogether. This is the third one I got started. It's going to have green skin. Which I thought was fun. It's a good way to use up scraps too. I thought they were really cute. I really like them. So it's been a good hike up here today. It's been chilly. It hasn't been too chilly. It's not chilly while you're hiking, but it has been rainy. Off and on, raining off and on. We did see some grizzlies across the hill over here, which was really cool. Really enjoyed that. They were pretty far away this time, which was fine. We don't need to get real close to them, do we? And we have seen a few people on this hike. I don't know, maybe, what do you think, Vanessa, 20?
Yeah,
Probably, at least 20.
probably.
Oh, and it's the last day you can come up here and do this because the road closes. This is the last day. So they close the roads tomorrow. So thank goodness we made it up here. And the lake was just gorgeous. It was worth the hike. It's been really good. Okay, I probably had something else I needed to say. I think I'm gonna, what I've been watching. I've been watching Pine Gap on Netflix. That was a recommendation from Janet. I really enjoyed that. I wish they had more than one season. One Lane Bridge. If you have Acorn TV, One Lane Bridge. I highly recommend that one. And I've been watching Lucifer. I'll be sad when that's over. That's a fun show. And I listened to Copper River and Iron Lake by William Kent Kruger. Those were recommended by Brett. Thank you so much, Brett. He's the guy that gave Janet and I the ride when we were hitchhiking up at Glacier in the Sai Pass episode, which I think was just the last one. And so we've been emailing each other a little bit and recommending books. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed that. Brett did this hike. This was his last hike, and he said he really enjoyed it and thought Iceberg Lake was lovely, and it really is. It's very pretty up here. Oh,
Oh, you're okay. I didn't realize there was a step.
oh. Vanessa and Victoria. All right, how did everybody like the hike? Oh, I got to point out, look at Janet and I twinsying it up. Hats, same color raincoat. Oh, we forgot to tell the truth. We are twins.
We are.
Twins. How'd you like it, Vanessa?
It was good. I was surprised I did okay on 10
You
miles.
feeling good?
Yeah.
That's
or
great.
whatever it
That's
was,
it's 10 miles. It's
Almost
it's at
10,
least
yeah.
it's going to be at least 10 miles, I think. It's been a good hike, and all of a sudden now the freaking sun's out.
Let's go back.
Yeah. And we just saw 2 moose,
Yep.
which was really exciting. And we saw those grizzly bears, but they were like this big on the hill because we were way far away, which was fine. And the lake was beautiful,
Good hike.
successful, even though we got rained on. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it's pretty out here now, really. That looks pretty good. Hey. What is today? 21st? I think so.
Don't ask hard questions.
I always forget to look at my phone before I start talking about what day it is. I think it's the 21st. It's Tuesday. Janet and I are out on a short hike. It's supposed to be a short hike. I think it's going to be about a 7-miler. We're at a place called Herron Park, right? Herron Park. Yep. It's really close to town. Anyway, I talked Janet into bringing her jacket up. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, this is Janet's garter, side-to-side, solid jacket. The pattern's by Doreen L. Marquardt. Oh, that's pretty. She used Cascade 200 Superwash Wave Color 108. I love that. Holy moly, that's pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, Janet, that's lovely. So what are your feelings about it?
I'm a little disappointed that it came out short as it did.
You would have made it longer.
I would have made it longer, and I would have pushed this pull in before I brought it.
I always get a snag in something I try to show off.
But
that's so pretty.
I'm very happy with it overall.
The yarn is really soft. She said she had trouble getting the sleeves to match at all, but I think they look great.
Yeah, I think it worked out okay.
Yeah, there's enough variation. And it's kind of variegated.
Yeah.
Oh, the colors are stunning.
And horn buttons.
Yeah, you got to show a close-up of those buttons, or else I'll just take a close-up of them. Oh, that's pretty. Those are nice. There you go. And they are elk horn?
I don't know the origin.
Antler? No, we don't know.
We don't know the origin.
Gosh, those are nice. The buttons are perfect.
Yeah.
And I will stick in a picture of it before she put it together. So, do you think it was easy, hard?
Oh, it was an easy sweater.
An easy sweater.
All the patterns in that book are for beginners.
Oh.
Beginner sweater knitters.
It looks really professional, though.
Oh, thank you.
I think it looks great.
Thank you. And the yarn made the color changes so easy.
That's really pretty. Really like it a lot. I brought nothing up. I think Janet brought another thing she wanted to show.
Oh, no, I was just going to knit, but...
Oh, but I think she's got one of her sock tubes done, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, this is the sock you've seen multiple times. I dyed with Kool-Aid, the whole thing. And then when I got to the afterthought heel, which wasn't even started the last time you saw it, I used the Kool-Aid dyed yarn for that.
Nice.
And I got ambitious and I forgot that I was going to do the toe in red. So I just dipped the finished toe in the Kool-Aid.
You can't tell.
To make it red.
On this side, I was actually thinking, oh, she kind of faded it or something.
Yeah.
It looks like a fade. That's great. I like it. It looks very original.
The lazy man's way.
Nobody's going to have a sock that looks like that. Oh, I like it. Oh,
and this is the other skein of the same sock. So they will not be identical. The patterns are very different. I like this better.
So this is another Kool-Aid.
Same Kool-Aid.
You dyed this one with Kool-Aid again.
This one I diluted the Kool-Aid with water and then sprinkled it on the bare wool. That one I used the powder, stuck a fork in it, and poked it with the powdered fork.
This is
dye.
Gorgeous. I like them both, but that's so brilliant looking, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I
like this one much better.
Oh, I do too. I think that's really nice. I like that a lot.
This one to me is like a bowl of sherbet, and that one's like the blood spatter at a murder scene.
It's a fade. It's a fade. Fades used to be really popular. I love that. Wow.
Yeah. Who knew? Who knew you could do that with Kool-Aid?
Nice job. That looks really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, well, you've seen 2 hikes on this podcast, this episode so far. I think that, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to have any off the porch stuff because there hasn't been much action around our house to speak of. We did see a short video. I did catch that bear that went through on the trail cam, and I'll throw that in. I'll check the trail cam when I get home and see if there's anything interesting on it. If there's not, I'm just going to throw on a few pics I took of Janet and I on this hike because it was pretty coming up here. This feels like such a tame hike.
Yes.
We both kind of hesitated to even bring our bear spray, but we're up here. We've seen 3 people since we kind of got out of the, away from people a little bit. And you are kind of isolated and you're just surrounded by woods. So yeah, you could easily run into a bear here. So it was just better to be prepared. But it's a gorgeous day, as you can tell. I want to remind everybody where you can find me. I'm on Ravelry, Victoria Jean, on Instagram, Victoria Jean W. You can always email me at vjwilliams54@gmail.com. I want to thank Janet and my daughter Vanessa for all the photos and video they took on that last hike and all the pictures Janet takes. She's really good at helping me out with my podcast and sending me pictures, because if she didn't, I wouldn't have any pictures of myself hiking. I really appreciate that. I will link to a video of Susan B. Anderson's tutorial for how she puts a face on her stuffies, which I constantly use and I really like it. Since this has been kind of a moose episode, I wanted to mention that the podcast You're Gonna Die Out There just put up their moose episode, and I listened to it this morning and it was really good. Really enjoyed that. I also want to say that we need to see more of Janet's knitting. Yeah, Janet sold, she made a bobble hat on commission at this yarn store in town. It sold for $60. I also just saw...
There's another pair of socks.
Yeah. I also just saw that she finished... I saw that picture of that hat you said that you don't like. Wasn't there buffalo yarn in that?
Yes.
Buffalo yarn. She made a hat and included some buffalo yarn in it. We are missing a lot of stuff that Janet knits because she does not...
I'm a hoarder. I don't share it.
So, everybody who wants to see more of Janet's knitting, raise your hand. I know everybody's got their hand up. So I will work to make that happen, you guys. I'm looking, it looks like there's a bracelet hung on that
I
tree.
see that, yep. Paracord.
We'll go check that out. All right, I think I'm really going to wrap this up. I know it's going to be probably over an hour, and that's just the way it is this time. Bye from Northwest Montana. See you next time.
See ya.